Okay, guys, Bill Soriano here. It's Sunday, March 15th, one day after Pi Day, 2026. What I'm going to do is I'm trying to figure out how best to show you this new 1 minute ATH trendline strategy, flow strategy that we have using our community indicator. So what I've decided is I'm going to try not to post too much on my main profile page, but I'm going to use my group Path to Success here. It has a couple thousand members. I'm not sure how many are active or how many even look at the group anymore. But if you're not in this group and you're watching this video and you want to make sure that you follow trades daily, then just drop me a note and get into this group here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably post these images during the week. So you can see I've posted several images here last week. I did drop a couple videos in here last week as well. I'm going to try just like one video a week in here, and then the other days I'm going to post the images of trades, whether they win or that I take, whether they win or they lose. Also, it may be some trades that I did not take as well. So more than likely, it's going to be all the images of the trades that I take, whether they win or lose, and then I'll probably find some other images of trades that were good examples of winning trades. Okay. So understand that I'm showing you a lot of winning trades, and you have to understand that over the last few weeks here, I'm going to show you some examples of trades over the past couple weeks, and over the past couple weeks, it's been about a 50% win rate. And again, as you guys know, with a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio on every trade, that means you don't manage the trade. You just let the trade run. You either lose your 1% or you gain 2%, okay, or whatever your risk is. If you're risking a 0.5%, then you'll either lose a 0.5% or gain 1%. If you're risking 1%, you'll either lose 1% or gain 2%. Whatever it is, I really wouldn't recommend you do any more than 1%, uh, unless you are on a challenge account. But once you have a live funded account or your own live money, I would probably risk just a 0.5% per trade, and I would do up to probably you know, 3 trades a day max or something like that. But anyway, I'm gonna post these, and then at the end of the week, on a Saturday or Sunday, I'm gonna make a video like this where I go through all of the ones. I just kind of show all the ones in a video that I posted here in the group. Okay, so again, this is the group you want to join. Now, the page that we have here, this is sorianoformula.com/1M-5M-ATH. If you need this link, let me know, or you could just copy it from this video. But this has Michael's updated video, the new ATH with trendline update. And guys, this video is only 13 minutes long, so we're not making very long videos for you to watch. There is a full 1 hour training of this in our Discord channel once you become a customer of our company and you get access to everything in our community, our Discord channel, our indicator that we show here, that I'm showing here to use for alerts for these trades. And then, of course, Michael did another update video here where he goes over some trades from a particular day. And then we got a button here. You can get in now. You can join now. You purchase the Digital Pro package for $299 up front, and it's $185 a month. There's a 7-day money back guarantee, and you can cancel at any time. So what we tell people is you can get in, you can purchase the membership. There's a video here shows you how to do that. You can try it out for 7 days. You can try our strategy out. If it's not for you, if you don't think it's going to work, you just cancel, get your money back as long as you're within that 7-day window. Down below here, I'm going to start posting these weekly videos with the trades in. So I have a couple of different videos here now that have some trades as well. And then I'll start posting the weekly videos down below here also. So there's going to be a lot of videos on this page. And again, you get Michael's here updated 13-minute video here using our ATH flow with trendline update. Now, I've talked about this before. This is just the basic strategy here. It's on the 1 minute time frame, right? The indicators are ATH flow. There's the settings for that. Then we use the trend lines with breaks by Lux Algo. and I use a 3 EMA and 1 indicator so that I can get the 55, 233, and 987 on the charts. Now, I like to align my trades with the 1 hour time frame. The guys in the community don't do that. They're a little bit more advanced than me, so they can tell a lot just by looking at a chart. This helps me out here by making sure that the moving averages are not only aligned on the 1 minute where I take the trade, but also on the 1 hour as well. Okay, so I need an ATH in the direction of the 1 minute and the higher time frame using the 3 EMA rule. Again, this isn't a trade alert. This just gives you an alert, takes you to the chart, tells you there's a potential trade opportunity that may be coming up. You still need a break of the trend line. You still need a confirmation candle, right? So just getting that alert is not enough, right? That just gets us to the chart. That's this way we're trading on the 1 minute time frame. We're watching all the pairs. So we don't want to sit there. We don't want to scroll through charts all morning long, right? We just set our alerts on TradingView and then we wait for an alert to go off. If no alerts go off, we don't have to do anything, right? If the alerts go off, we come to the chart, see if we have a trade, potential for a trade, and we then take a trade. So let's look at some of the charts. And again, this is going to be a little bit more because this is going to be the past 2 weeks, where normally it's just going to be 1 week here when I'm going through this. So this goes back to, well, this one here is from March 10th. I thought I had them in order, but maybe I don't. Anyway, here you could see the 55 is the blue line. That's the 55 EMA. The red line is the 233. The black line's not showing up on this image. It's down below here. It's the 987. So for buys, we need that blue, red, black from the top down. For sells, we need the blue, red back from the bottom up, which you'll see in some of these examples, I'm sure. Now, I also like to mark out this range, this first 15-minute candle range of the New York opening. This is the range of that first 15-minute candle, the 9:30 to 9:45 a.m. Eastern time candle. Okay, I have that on there. You don't need to have that on there. I like to look at it for a couple reasons, but they're really, really not part of this strategy. Just a couple things that I look at. Anyway, these blue diamonds here, that's our ATH indicator going off. You could see the trend line here. Trend line, the indicator, the Lux Algo indicator is drawing those trend lines this way. You have the indicator, you have the trend line. It's 100% objective, right? The indicator has to be going with the higher time frame trend as well as the 1 minute trend for me, right? The trend line has to be there. We're not drawing our own trend lines. Everyone in the community is using this one indicator so that all our trend lines look the same. If you get 10 traders to draw trend lines for you, you'll get a mass of different trend lines when you look at them, right? You may get 10 different trend lines, right? This way, the indicator does it. We don't have to worry about it. It's a 100% objective way to draw a trend line. So here we get our indicator goes off. This was AUDNZD. This was 310, like I said, March 10th. There's no really confirmation candle and there's no break of the trend line. Now here the indicator goes off. The trend line does get broken. And then right here, you do get a nice confirmation candle. Confirmation candles are just nice impulsive candles moving in the direction that we want to go, with very little lip wicks at the top and at the top of the trade. Very little wicks at the top of the candle for a buy, or at the bottom for a sell. Okay, it's okay if we're buying and this is more of a hammer candle that has a wick and then a big body on the top. We're worried about that top wick for a buy, bottom wick for a sell. Anyway, this is good. We can get this trade in here. Boom, it moves right up, right? We get another alert right here. Nice ATH. Here's a continuation candle, which also breaks the trend line. So that's another entry confirmation there, and that continues upward. Okay, this takes us here. We're still March 10th here. This is a new way that I started drawing these for you. Again, we have our indicator going off bullish. We're on the 1 minute. It was also bullish the same way on the 1 hour as well. Okay, here is a indicator. We've broken the trend line. Here's an impulse candle that gives us our entry. Our exit will be up here. We get another indicator here, another entry right here, right? It's pretty close, but you can see that, if you look at this, you'll see that, well, it does break the trend line. So it's an impulse candle. It also breaks the trend line. So a lot of times the ATH candle may be the candle that breaks the trend line. Okay. So one candle could kind of have two criteria in it, right? Uh, the ATH candle sometimes also breaks the trend line, and sometimes the candle that breaks the trend line is a continuation candle. Now, you shouldn't really have all three in one candle, so it's going to be at least two candles before, once the ATH goes off, there's going to be at least one candle before you could possibly take a trade, right? So the ATH might go off, and then the next candle might be a continuation candle plus it breaks the trend. Or the ATH candle might break the trend line, and then the next candle may be a continuation candle. Okay, you can see here you have your entry, your exit up here. This was also now 313. This is AUD NZD. Okay, we have our ATH here. We have our trend lines right there. There's our entry. This one just does not quite hit our target, and you can see it comes down, and then we end up losing this trade. Okay. So again, I teach you guys not to manage your trades. Okay, it either goes to the full take profit or it gets stopped out at a loss. Okay, that's how you have to do it. Now, there is one exception to that. Let's say you just 95% of the time you want to not even have yourself on the charts when you're in trades. Now, the issue is there's going to be times where you might just be in one trade, so you're looking for another one. So you're going to be on the chart. So you have to try to hide the pairs that you're already in so that you don't look at them. You just have to let them go. Now, invariably, at some point, you're going to look at the chart. And, if I get a situation where it gets pretty close, price is pretty close to my target, it's kind of just the spread keeping me from not having the profit target execute, I might just exit the trade there. Okay, I might just exit the trade there, or I might say, okay, I'm not going to exit the trade there, but I'm going to move my stop loss to break even, because that way, if it goes all the way back down, I'm out of break even, right? That's really the only time it's okay for you to manage a trade. And again, that's when it's very, very close. You happen to open the chart and it's very, very close to your target. So you do one of two things. You either just close it or you move your stop loss to break even. That way, in case it doesn't hit it and goes the other way, you're not going to lose money. Because you can see here, now this comes very close to the target. Now this isn't close enough for me to close the trade at that point. And then it does move down, right? But if it was close and I moved to break even, I would have gotten out of break even. Now you see it makes another run back up, but then it falls down and goes to my full loss. Okay, this is AUD USD. This is the 10th also. Here we have our indicator going off right here. This is actually a good entry right here. This one I marked up a little bit late. This candle right here actually is a continuation candle, and it does close above the trend line. So that's probably a little bit better entry. You could wait for this next one here because this is really close. Anytime the candle that's breaking the trend line just barely closes above it or below it for a sell, you might want to wait for another confirmation. In this case, I did. I got in, and then there's our exit up here, right? Here you can see all three of the moving averages here on the 1 minute. You see the blue, the 55, the red, the 233, and the black, which is a 987. And of course, they're lined up in sequence for a buy, right? They're aligned for a buy. Next one we had here was CADJPY. And this one, this was a trade that I took, but I forgot to. This was actually a image of my broker account, so it doesn't have the ATH indicator or the trend lines. That's obviously only available on TradingView. So there were a few that I did like that during this 2-week period here. Okay, here we have another one. This is March 6th. We have our indicator here. We have our buy right there, right? We get the indicator goes off, then it pulls back. So now we're waiting for another indicator to go off, which it does. And then there's our continuation candle. And boom, you could see it moves up considerably after that. This is 310 also. This was a losing trade. You can see the trend line's broken. We take the trade, it moves up a little bit, and then ends up losing, right? So like I said, you're going to get losing trades, guys. And again, over the last 2 weeks period, it's been about a 50% win rate. I think it's a little bit more. I think it was 14 wins and 13 losses. And again, you're getting a 1 to 2 on the wins. So you're getting a 2% gain on your account on your winning trades and a 1% loss when you lose. So if you just do the math on that, 14 wins would give you 28% minus the 13 losses, which would be 13%. You would have a 15% gain. Now that's not going to happen every 2-week period, but that's how it turned out the last 2 weeks. Okay, this is another loss here. This was CADJPY. There's our indicator. There's our trend line gets broken, right? Our continuation candle. We actually waited for another one here. We get in the trade. It does move up, but then price just decides to go against you. Again, really, you have to realize that even when you apply your edge, that's just giving you a little bit of the possibility of a little bit better result. It's just a tiny edge that you're applying. Okay. Basically, at the end of the day, guys, all trades are just a flip of a coin. You don't know what's going to happen. The first rule, the first law, what is it? The five core beliefs, fundamental truths. I'm sorry. 5 fundamental truths in Mark Douglas' book, Trading with Mark Douglas's book, right? The 5 trading in the zone. 5 fundamental truths. The first one is anything can happen. Okay. It only takes one big player, one big investor, one big bank, one big mutual fund, whatever it is, one big account to think that price is going to move the opposite way that you do, or the opposite way that your edge is showing you. Because really, that's all it is. It's just an edge, right? And there's a random number of wins and losses associated with any edge, right? You just don't know what that random sequence is going to be. That's the problem. So again, even though you apply your edge, which you have to do, that's your job, to apply your edge with consistency on every trade that you can. That is what your job is. Your job isn't to know if it's going to win or lose. You don't know that, right? It's still basically a flip of a coin and anything can happen, right? So this was a losing trade. Okay, this one here was a sell. You could see here we have our ATH going off here. We have a trend line. We have a break of the trend line, which is also a continuation candle. Nice big red candle. See that? It's okay if there's a little bit bigger wick at the top for a sell, but you don't want a lot of wick at the bottom, right? Or you don't want a lot of wick when you're buying. So if this was trying to be a buy continuation candle, that's not very good. Too much wick at the top. There's too much rejection off the top. Look what happens here after that, right? So there's your entry there. Price moves straight down. That was 3-4. I thought I had these arranged by date, but I don't. Here's a couple ATH going off here, the red triangles, right? Here we have a trend line break. that is also a continuation candle. Again, you can decide to wait for the next one if you want to. I think that's what I did here. And I marked that entry right around there, and then the exit is down here. Here's another ATH right here. Here's our trend line, right? Now this takes a little bit longer to break after the ATH candle paints. Okay, but the price action is still good. You know, it doesn't really retrace above this. If it would retrace above here, then I would want to wait for another ATH. You know, if price would retrace above the high of this bearish ATH, then I might want to wait for another ATH to go off. And if I don't get it, I might want to stay away from that trade. This price action looks okay to me. Right here, we have a candle that actually closes below the trend line. This next candle, you could count that as a continuation candle. I waited for this one just to be a little safer. And there's our sell, and price drops down. Okay, this is March 10th as well. There's our ATH. Here's our trend line. We get that break and continuation right here. Again, some of you might have counted this one as a continuation as well as a break of the trend line. I waited for this one. Price moves right down. Here's another one here on 313. There's our trend line, right? What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start making the images look more like this. I'm going to draw the trend line out that identifies our entry, and then I'm going to turn the indicator off so the chart doesn't look so cluttered with all those trend lines. So this way you could see the ATH, you could see the trend line, you can see the entry, and then you could see where your exit would potentially be for the 1 to 2. Okay, here, there is our ATH. Here is our, now right here, this is another one where right here, you could have counted this candle here as the ATH and the candle that breaks the trend line, but you can't assign all 3 criteria to it, right? So that's why we then wait for this candle right here. And that's where your entry would be. Now, I don't know what happened here. I don't know if this was a trade I took or not, but for some reason I took the image shot right here. This is GBP AUD on March 3rd. Okay, and this is GBP US AUD on the 10th. We have 2 here. We have an ATH. We have our entry right here. We have our potential exit right here. Again, when we enter here, our invalidation is going to be up here. So price does retrace, but it doesn't go up that far. And then moves down, we have our potential exit. Then we have some more. We have another entry here and another potential exit. Now, again, when I'm showing you these trade images, guys, you're going to see more wins in proportion to the losses. That's because what I'm doing is I'm taking images of all the trades I take, whether they win or lose, and then I'm looking for some other pairs that I missed that I couldn't take, and I'm looking for those good setups to show you the results of those. So that's why you'll see a little bit more wins than losses in the trades that I'm showing you at the end of the week here on the weekends. But know that, like I said, it's about a 50% win rate right now. I think it was over the last 2 weeks, 14 wins, 13 losses. So a little bit better than 50%. But I'll update you on that every week as well. Did I show you that one or what? We had an ATH right here. And then right here, we took this with this candle right here. Now, some of you might have waited for this one or even for this one over here, but you could see the move down that this makes. There's also another potential entry right here I didn't have marked up, but you could see there's the ATH. Here's the break with the continuation. Price just continued moving down. Right, this is on the 5th. This is GBP, USD. Here is our ATH, and here's our entry right here. We also have another ATH here. In case we missed that one, we have another opportunity to get in this trade. Price makes a nice move down. Here, this is GBP, USD on the 5th. There's our indicator. There's our entry. Of course, it gives us another entry here, potential if we miss this first one, and price goes straight down. This is March 12th. There's our ATH there. There's our entry down here, potential exit all the way down here. This is NZD, CAD. Here is an ATH. There's our trend line. There's our entry right here. Again, some of you, that would be the one that I would take. We also have a second opportunity here to enter if we missed the first one, and boom. So a lot of times you get a second opportunity to enter if you do miss the first one, right? And this is NZDJPY on the 10th. There's our trend line break. There's our entry and straight up. So I think, let me see here. I think I went through all of them there. I didn't have them organized by date, unfortunately. I think maybe I left off right here. I think I still have a few more to go through here. Let's see here. Here's NZD USD. Here's our ATH. There's our trend line. There's our entry again. This candle here could have been our entry. This candle here would have counted for the trend line break as well as the continuation. So you could have gotten in this a little bit earlier. And there is our exit down there. This is USD CAD. Again, this was taken from, this one was taken from my broker account. So I didn't have the areas marked up for you here. This is USD CAD, right? Right here we had our ATH. There's our sell entry right there. Price moved right down. This is USD CAD here. And this was a loss. So you can see here we have our ATH. Then we have our continuation candle and the downtrend. And then price reverses and we lose that trade. This is a silver trade that we took. Here, there's the trend line break. There's our entry. Price moves straight up from there. This was another silver trade where we got here. Our potential exit was up here. So, you know, the point is, guys, you could see that this strategy works. Okay. The last couple weeks it's had, like I said, a little bit better than a 50% win rate. And when you're doing a 1 to 2 risk to reward on all your trades, you're going to make money all day long with a 50% win rate. As a matter of fact, you will make money even with a 40% win rate. So even with winning 4 trades out of 10, you're still going to earn somewhere around 2% on your account for every 10 trades that you take, right? At 5 out of 10, you will obviously earn about 5% on every 10 trades. So the strategy works. So what I challenge you guys to do is just get in my group. Make sure that you do belong to the group. Because what I'm going to do is here, every day I post the images. I'm gonna post these images in the group every day, right? And then at the end of the week, I'll make a video like this going through all of the images. Okay. And so then these videos are going to go on this page here, sorianoformula.com/1M-5M-ATH with Michael's video that explains the strategy in detail. And then my videos will go down here. And like I said, just try it out for a week. Get in, pay for the membership, you know, get access to our community, get in our Discord channel, get the ATH indicator installed on your chart, right? You could watch more of Michael's videos if you want to first in Discord. You also have access to the chat in Discord every day where you can trade along with other members of our community. They're posting in there every day, showing what trades they're taking. And get started, try it out. If you're not happy with it, you can ask for a refund. But what I think is going to happen is you're going to see the power of this strategy and you're going to decide to stay with it. So get with me if you're interested in getting started. Again, you're going to come here. You're going to watch my short video here. It's going to show you how to sign up. You're going to use this link right here. Okay. So if you need this link, if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the description area of the video. If you're in my group and you need it, just send me a message and I'll send it to you. Have a great day, guys.